So, you have a new historical romance novel for me? Yes, ma'am, I do. It's called Edenbrook by Julianne Donaldson. And why are we doing another romance novel when there's already a million out there? Well, you see, I really like stories that depict romance as a natural and easy thing to happen and everyone gets a happy ending. Also, I'm a hopeless romantic, so reading about gentlemen really makes me happy. So you're very lonely? Yup. Great. So how does this thing go? Well, we're in 1816 England because it's a historical romance, and we meet Marianne Daventry. And is she the main character? Who else? Anyway, she's been living with her grandmother for the past year because her father left her there to grieve for his dead wife. What? And while staying at grandmother's house, she gets a letter from her twin sister Cicely, who invites her to stay at her future fiancé's estate. And we find out that Marianne thinks that Cicely is better than her. So like a sister complex? Yes. So like Nebula and Gamora, or Loki and Thor, or Azula and Zuko, or Wilbur and Tommy? For legal reasons, I can't agree. And who is this Wilbur and Tommy? Sorry, SBI joke. What does that even mean? So what is this estate called that Cicely invited Marianne to? It's called Edenbrook. That's the name of the book. Anyway, grandmother lets her go to Edenbrook with the deal that Marianne would learn to act like an elegant lady. And in return, she would receive her grandmother's inheritance and not her sleazy cousin of roughly about $1,027,284.18. That's a lot of money. Yeah. So what does she do when she gets to Edenbrook? See, I was thinking instead of her getting there right away, she would get hijacked by a highwayman and has to rush to the nearest inn to get immediate help for her coachman who's bleeding out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when she gets there, she's gonna ask the nearest man for help and he's gonna refuse and say, "I think you have mistaken my identity. I'm not the innkeeper." But like in a really rude way. Oh wow, he's so rude. Can't you see how in distress she is? But then Marianne will say, "Pardon me, I was under the impression that I was addressing a gentleman. I can see that I was, as you said, mistaken." Oh, calling people out when rephrasing their words as an insult is tight. But don't worry, he apologizes and helps her out and becomes the love interest. Well, okay then. Yeah, I even have a little passage from the book here that really paints him as the love interest. Oh well, go ahead. Okay, very well. Starting at the top, your brow is marked in intelligence. Your gaze is direct. Your features are delicate, your skin is fair, your voice is refined, your speech reflects education. Even the way you hold your head is elegant. Marianne was suddenly, excruciatingly self-conscious. She dropped her gaze, her face on fire. "Ah yes," he said softly. "No milkmaid could have blushed like that." In case anyone didn't think that this was a romance. Yeah. It really paints this guy as attentive, attractive, and very flirtatious. True. Does this guy have a name or... Yeah, his name is Philip, and it turns out he lives at Edenbrook. Oh, that's nice. But wait, isn't he the one that Cicely is going to marry? Oh no, he's not the oldest. That's not what I asked. Yeah, I'm going to need you to get all the way off my back about whether or not Philip is the one that Cicely wants to marry. Well, let me just get off that thing. So for the next week, Marianne and Philip are just hanging out, breaking down metaphorical walls. Nice. And Philip is just flirting with Marianne, just constantly. Does Marianne like this, or is it really annoying? No, she absolutely loves it. Oh, good. Just deep down inside where the sun don't shine, because she is just constantly refusing him. So she actually hates it? No, she loves it. Then why doesn't she reciprocate it or express how she feels? You see, this is a romance novel, ma'am. I need the angst to fill in the word count quota. Fair enough. But soon, Marianne finds out that the eldest Wyndham brother is dead and that it's actually Philip who owns Edenbrook. And he's the one that Cicely wants to marry. He sure is, ma'am. So how does Marianne react to this? Well, she just immediately shuts herself away from Philip and his affections. I thought she was already doing that. Yes, but instead there's more feeling and angst this time. Gotcha. And how does this plan work out for her? It goes very poorly for her because she immediately realizes after dancing with him that she's in love with him. Wow! So what happens? Well, Philip and his younger brother leave immediately after that for 2 weeks because separation makes the heart grow fonder and I need more angst. It's true. But the day that Philip is supposed to return, no one can find him. Oh no. Yeah, so Marianne goes outside to paint stuff and she gets kidnapped. Oh no, by who? I don't know. What? Well, you see, ma'am. Spoilers. Oh, spoilers, right. This does seem like a really big revelation that we should keep under wraps just in case someone is listening to our very private conversation and wants to read the book for themselves. You've got it, ma'am. So Marianne is just with this guy who's constantly threatening her with a gun if she doesn't marry him. Wow, it'll be very hard for her to get away from a crazy person actively threatening her with a gun. Actually, it's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, you see, her dad shows up and saves the day. Why? Because I need this kidnapping thing to just be resolved, just as fast as possible. And I might as well solve her crippling father complex. Well, okay then. And it turns out that it was Philip who went and got her father. Why couldn't he just send a letter or a messenger boy? Unclear. And where was Cicely this whole time? I thought she was going to be our adversary. She's more like a B plot, and she actually helps Marianne and Philip get together. But why did we set her up to be this big, garbage, egotistical person if she's just going to be a supporting character? I don't know. Yeah, okay. And then at the end of the book, Marianne and Philip get together. Isn't that a spoiler? What do we talk about spoilers? Ma'am, this is a romance novel. We are legally required to make them end up together. Fair enough. So what do you think? I think this is going to be a fantastic novel that I would recommend to any of my peers who enjoy a good romance novel because of its engaging plot, fun twist, and likable characters. I agree. I wouldn't recommend this book to anyone who is looking for anything other than a romance novel. I mean, it is a romance, ma'am. You're right, and I wonder if there's a way to make it really obvious that this is a romance novel. So what is this estate called that is this? Oh, wow. What? We can't go in. This does seem like a really big revelation that we should keep up. Right. This does seem like a really big revelation that we should keep up with an antagonist. I thought she was going to be our antagonist. Fact, you've been very fruity. Very is the one that's Cicely. It goes very poorly for. I'm so sick of smiling. But the day that Philip is supposed to. Philip?